Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb forever and ever. You know, someone remarked that I was emotional, and I went through um, myself the last few months, and I don't see emotion. No, emotion has been quite lost to me. Everything is more or less either or. At any rate, what I want to talk about, though, it ain't the remarks of someone I seen on one of the social platforms. I just thought that I would toss that out there just in case anyone else is feeling this way. What you're dealing with now is cold and calculating. What you had the chance to deal with was emotion. You, you know, there was an exchange. There was an exchange. You, for the most, something like me. You have to understand the human characteristic was trained in anyway. It wasn't natural. It was trained in, learned in, taught by you, and you, and you, and you, and probably that guy over there. And most definitely the one who hit me in the face with with a big gulp cup of what Mountain Dew, screaming nigger as they sped off down the street. At that point, my emotional standard had been set, the system. And they make sure that they keep it that way. They will fight any other party tooth and nail, mostly with money, to keep them off the tickets, out of the debates. You strictly have a left-right political situation here. And the right is what it is. The right has always been what it has been, though. But over here in the Democratic Party, it is quite different. It isn't what it is. It is what it has become. There's a stark difference between the party is made up of two distinct bases. Those who have everything and those who have nothing. One based on business and big money and dark money and donations, and the other one based on social issues. You argue about gender. You argue about sexuality. You argue about homelessness. You argue about these inauthentic issues. In fact, some of the issues had to be created as if out of lack of benefits, and overall, you just don't listen to them. You just don't listen to them. And quite frankly, the message is quite clear. You would prefer to have your donor base along with your actual political base, except they contradict each other. You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Will you represent your base politically, or will you take the money? That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And populism. Anything coming from the roots would easily defeat you. But for money and procedure, those two things ensure that you never have to leave, even though you work in total contradiction to what your base, not your donor base, because they're not your real base. They just have money, and they give money to you, and then they turn around and they give money to the Republicans. They're not your base. So once again, it comes down to money. Are you black? Are you African American? Goodness, are these terms interchangeable? I'm just confused. I'm confused, but no, I'm not. they are Negro. But we're using your terms that's meant to cause confusion. That's what they're there for. You know exactly who they are. But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, out of the black community, what you call your base are elderly members of the LGBT. And what did it cost you? What has it cost you? Pretty much power. Anyway, is it the power or is it the money? I think the power, yeah, I forgot. Money buy everything, including money. I mean, including power. I keep saying I live in a country that everything from a bottle of water to one's ass is up for sale. All of it. Let me say this again. From a bottle of water to your ass is up for sale politically. You didn't give a damn about the damages it was causing on a sociological level or a familial level. You didn't. You ran by policy. By policy. But anyway, that's already done. That's done. The question is, how do you get your base back under that umbrella? Because to get black men back, you have to understand, the black men that you lost will not be the same black men coming back. They may look the... Who do you think that black men are? You've been hanging around... Listen, I got to call y'all ass something. You've been hanging around too many African Americans. Who do you think black men are? This was an embarrassment. The entire Democratic lead up to the election was a total embarrassment to anything black. I didn't want to say this at the time because I don't want to get involved and favor one party over the other, even when I don't even want the image of it. So we said quietly. But here you got people twerking on stage, pregnant. Sadly, in all likelihood, those things that I just mentioned does not exist in any of their lives. They're kind of just there, being exploited. You don't keep up with things very much, do you? You spend too much time listening to those who tell you what you can stomach. You can't take the blunt force of the truth. You simply can't. And so you just keep spinning your wheels, part of the American lexicon at this point. You can say it now. They may curse your ass out, but you can say it now. They ain't gonna just outright fire you. It's on the tip of their tongue too. It's in the back of their head too, because it's your only way out. I don't mean you as a party, but for the world. It is the only way out. Or you have to fight to make God's word a lie. A lie. And good luck. I mean, I don't begrudge a man standing up for what one believes in. If one are worse off. Man. So how do you expect to bring back what you have lost when they're not coming back as they left? And they're not. These are not the same men that left. Trust me on that. Trust me. So how will you do it? Or will you just be satisfied with the fact that, and it's funny that someone spoke on this 2 years ago. They said that rather than you deal with it, you have to split them politically. Men went one way and the rest of your base had went left. That doesn't mean that they voted for Trump. But that don't mean that they voted right. No, it means that they didn't vote for you. See, you have to come into season. Everything has to come into season. Again, or not. You can decide to keep doing what you're doing. Or you can honor your base. And you have a choice to make now. Do I honor my real base? That makes you feel like we can continue with the pattern in which we have been going. Because it's not us. And we know that it's not us. See, and that's your problem. You don't want to talk to black men. Listen, you don't want to talk to black men that's not been conditioned and educated and nurtured by you, that already have the understanding of the social structure and where they fit in it, knowing what to say, who to offend, who to stand against. This is what you want, people, i.e. gentrification. For every one person that came over here, one black went homeless. That's a fact. That is a fact. And not only that, you went to giving away black money to every other race except black people. Consequently, what is led to is arrivals. New arrivals have a better economic footing than we've ever had. Multiple fronts. So I must do battle on 5 multiple fronts. It's the reality. It's the reality. I'm outgunned. I'm outnumbered. Don't you believe it? So, you have a choice to make. The only way to, and I don't envy you. See, here's as much the threat as we shall be, and by we I mean source. You won't be getting those votes. You won't be getting reparations. Okay? Without that, you go nowhere politically. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You're saying that we hear you. And you're probably right. I am right, because we're going to make sure of it. We're going to make sure of it. Period. We are right. I wouldn't be saying this shit if it wasn't right. If I was guessing. No. This is how it's going to be. Okay? This is how it's going to be. And if you choose to represent your, don't tell them I'm back here. I'll have your maid bringing me food as she take out the trash or something. But that's the reality. So what did he use the money for? To buy you. They bought everything else, and you was the last thing. You was the last thing standing. And they bought you. Not just the Democratic Party, but most of your politicians. At current account, it's -6. It's -6. Everybody else, they've been bought. A lot of them is flying foreign flags in their offices. A lot of them, they are flying a foreign. You're crazy. Well, I don't know which one I would do either. I can win at least 2 years by reflecting the values of my actual base. Or I can gamble over here and take the billions of dollars, the bribery money, and I can do their wishes. And I can maintain the seats I have. It is a tough call. And why so many of y'all ethics is gone. It's gone. And why does it, I like old people. I'm damn near there myself. But I just think that they should be sitting their ass down somewhere, doing something. Not quite crocheting. Go play with your grandkids and shit. Go fishing. Take a vacation. You get yourself an RV and to do some highway travel. Damn, you got the money, and really, if you want to, you have the time. So the question becomes, why won't you go home? You're gonna go down to today. There is a reason for it. It's a part of the social order. Again, this is more complex simply than you would think. I mean, and it's been going on a very long time. It's very organized. You'd be surprised at how organized. It's organized from the top to the dude underneath the bridge. It's that organized. It's that organized. So when you think democratically controlled cities, scratch the surface. Scratch the surface. The situation is moving so fast that even you, it has bypassed you. You no longer have the feel for the heartbeat of the people. You really don't. You've allowed the bright lights and the marble floors and the money and the offers to take control. To take control. I've seen it over and over and over and over again. To take control. Okay? Will you bounce back? But I digress. Why are you so old? If I was to average out the age of the House members, it has to be 70 years old. I know I'm in the ballpark. Really? Really? I mean, we've seen times when they, in America, where they hold seat until they die. I'm not making this up, but they can be in the nursing home and still hold a seat and still trying to cast a vote. It's crazy. But here's the point. Right, hurt your own people. I wouldn't want you to leave either. You are a guarantee. You are a guarantee. This is why the party, the DNC, makes sure to consistently fund old ass people to the point that no one else could ever run against them. Once they're in, they never have to leave if they do the right things and they make the right moves and they don't offend the right people. This is a fact. Let's move on. Congressional Black Caucus, and this falls under the at the CDC. It's not us, but you keep calling it Congressional Black Caucus when we consistently see from CBCs across the country, even at the state level, they consistently vote or act against the wishes of the Black population at large. Me personally, I consider this normal because they're not us. They vote their interest. Their interest is immigrant issues. Can we just be real here? And this American people here, but specifically Black people here, and even more specifically Black men in terms of employment. I could pull the numbers up. Some of them I can flip right off the top of my head. Here's an example. I guarantee you, without even having to look, that the influx of new people into the United States has driven up the incarceration rate of Black men. Guaranteed. Because where there is no jobs, then you must sell dope, steal, or otherwise. They have killed the Black community. But how did they kill the Black community? It didn't start with the gentrification. No, this started a long time ago. It was a step-by-step process. Now, I'm going to walk you down the path here, but we're going to skip because it's a lot. And I only got like 20 minutes left. It started with the intentional breakup of the Black family. This is in modern times, 1969, 1970, up until 1980, up until now. They still at it. Started to take shape. But that was step one. Step two was the constant rounds of immigration, which made it next to impossible for black men to find gainful employment. Gainful, meaning I can take care of myself if I work for you. That's what gainful means. Gainful means I can pay my rent, I can pay my car note, light, gas, water, cell phone, and my insurance, and buy my food. And if I want to, at the end of the month, even have a barbecue. Myself, how did you get there? Well, because 50% of what you think represent us does not represent us at all, and indeed, they don't even speak for us. So when you think about it, under your idea of a social structure, they get 2 stars. First, they're migrant, and then they're black too. You get to fill 2 slots. And if you're female, black, and migrant. Oh, but boy, if you female and gay, god damn it, you get, as it always is. What is the plan? I mean, don't get me wrong. This is purely from a human interest point of view. I care not politically if you win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter. One thing I know, the black man's life has always been the same. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat in office or if there's a Republican in office. Our lives remain the same. Everybody else in the social structure, they may feel it. We feel absolutely without giving up some ass. I'm telling you what I know. You couldn't get a job without it coming through them. Wasn't shit you could do without coming through them. And for a spell, Houston was the same way. And it tries to be that way right now. Right now. All for it if you want to. But that ain't what we're talking about. Again, this all is under the Democratic umbrella. Now, isn't it? Isn't it? Let's shift gears to dispatches. So we go from single motherhood as a engineered position. Then we backdoor you with drugs, crack cocaine. They purposely dropped and brought drugs into the black fucking community. That was step two. Mm-hmm. And then they went on an emasculation program that extended from the government all the way down to some of y'all households. You were determined to make your son a femoral, money hanging out the right side of a pocket. I'm watching the right side and following it up and down. No, I'm just kidding about that part. But a pink moo and some Crocs and a bonnet on her head. She had a little boy with her of about 9 years old, and y'all gonna think I'm lying. She had the little boy dressed like her. I'm telling you, if you switched out, take away the moo and put on oversized pink shirt with some khakis under it with Crocs. They're not in the same category, or neither are they the same plane at all. At any rate, 12 minutes left, give or take. That was step three. So what did crack cocaine do? It removed all of the black men out of the community for 5, 10, 15 years. I seen stores shut down. You know why? because there were so many black men gone out of it. That's just the nature of it. That's just the nature of it. But I don't think that any man should submit himself to the will of any other man or woman, for that matter. I tend to see each man as a sovereign, in control of his own thoughts, his own body, all the way until you get to America. And so many have submitted. I call them the submissives. And white supremacy loves submissives. Believe me, won't be the same one coming back. He's been validated. He's been validated. Completely validated. And he has the receipts. So now what? Now what? What is his and what is yours? This is more important of a question than you may think. What is his and what is yours? You have to figure this out. You have to figure this out. Okay? If you want to ever hold power again. And that word, and then weeks, and then days, and then hours. You have to think this shit through. This is of a serious nature. And we have already put forth where we stand. I'm not talking about the black man, I mean source. We already know where we stand. I said that before the year is out, you should talk to me. Okay? You need to talk to me. Understand that no matter what leader that is elected, besides, a lot can happen between now and, say, November. A lot can happen. A lot. And you are unable to see all of the possibilities and all of the twists and turns. Just take my word for it. A lot can happen. And the black community have no real need for your political leaders anymore. That is window dressing. It's window dressing. Do not just see what's going on